What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing tonight? Hopefully well. Hopefully everybody's good. Hey, Storm Ghost. Hey, Mike. What's going on, Pat? What's up, James? How is everybody? It's release day. I never know what to say for Good Friday. I said to my wife, I know you guys, most of you guys know I do social media marketing, and, of course on Easter, all the brands that I do social media marketing for, I'll make social media posts that say Happy Easter, hope everybody has a wonderful Easter holiday, blah, 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 blah. Good Friday's a little bit of a different kind of day. And we call it Good Friday, but it's hard to know, for me, it's hard to know what to, I guess the thing is you don't say anything to people, right? I guess. But anyway, it is a Good Friday. It is a good day. It's National Treasures Release Day. Let's see an SVG RPA that's not on the checklist. Well, I can confirm... I will say, and we'll cover a couple quick things before we get into this, but Nick, I can confirm that there are SVG autographs in National Treasures. To the extent I still don't know, what those options are, or what those cards could or could not be. I have no earthly idea still. But I did see one with my own eyes. So I can confirm there are autographs. Now, the one I saw was not a RPA. So it's hard to know, what that is, or what to take from that. But hey, Scott, what's going on, man? I'll get back to messaging you after. I know you sent me a couple more messages about what we were talking about. I'll get back with you. No, Frankie. No, Mike Ciano. Typically, we don't get new drivers in National Treasures. Usually, your best bet to see a new driver is going to be Donruss at the start of the next calendar year. And then typically, they don't usually introduce a lot of new guys in the midst of the season. You know what I mean? Like, technically, we're still in the end of 2024. So, that's why we're not seeing some people that we are anticipating seeing. Those should be in Donruss, some of them. Now, who knows what we actually get, but yeah. So, all right. Well, it's officially 7:30. Again, I wanted to just hit on a couple quick things before we dive into the break, and we will get going here in just a minute because I know everybody's excited. I am excited. I've watched one break of one box, and I will quickly tell you guys this story. So last night I was on TikTok, and I told you guys this story before. I ran into this guy on TikTok that was selling boxes of Donruss. He was selling boxes of Donruss a couple of months ago for like $165 or $185 a box. Last night he was doing personal boxes of National Treasures for $485. That's a lot of money for a single box of National Treasures to pay for on your own. Pre-sale price and the current price that you can buy them at all the major online retailers right now is $400. I would not be paying more than $400 for a box of National Treasures anytime soon. So I just want to put that out there real quick before we get too far going. I would not exceed the price that is common among all the online retailers. And if you're not sure where to get a box, you want a personal box, message me. I'm going to have more boxes. I can do a personal box for somebody. I don't make that a common thing because it doesn't make great sense, because by the time you pay me for a little bit of my time, by the time you pay for my supplies, and then me to ship it to you, it would make more sense for you to buy your own box and have it sent to you. But some people like to have them immediately, and I am open to that. It won't be $485, but it won't be $400 either. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that real quick. So don't go out and buy boxes for $485. Please do not do that. It is a bad idea. And I'm not trying to literally not trying to preach, or I just don't want anybody to get taken or get hurt on something when I know it's readily available at a much better price. So that's all I'll touch on with that. But I did watch one box opened. It was a pretty good box, the one that I saw opened. I don't know. It just like in National Treasures, you're going to have some really, really good ones. You're going to have some really, really bad ones. And you're going to have some that you're going to be like, that was pretty good. So, it's going to be across the spectrum. So, let's see. A couple other quick things I want to touch on while I got everybody watching. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'll post the next 2-box break. You'll see me live again at 9:30 tonight for our other 2-boxer that we filled last night. But tomorrow at 4 p.m., I'll post the next 2-box break. And then on Sunday at 6 p.m., we will do a full case of 2022 Chronicles WWE Wrestling for WrestleMania. And that'll be wrestler groups on Sunday at 6 p.m. So I wanted to touch on those two things. And then for our lists, some of you noticed right away that I did change the pricing for SVG. Obviously, at $25 for a full case, that's a little light knowing he has autos. So his price has been adjusted to reflect the fact that he has autographs going forward on our lists. And then there was a couple other drivers that I reduced as a result of that. Kyle Busch is one of them that I know for sure I reduced a little bit. But the other big thing I wanted to touch on real quick is when you see the driver list posted tomorrow, I'm going to have all the driver pairs down here at the bottom of the list. And you guys all of you that have been around a little bit know what I'm talking about. In previous breaks, that's the way I've been doing it, where I put all the pairs and trios down at the bottom. Like it's alphabetical order for the single drivers, and then it starts over alphabetical with the pairs and trios. I don't like how this looks with them mixed in. I feel like it's a bit clunky for you guys to try to look at and navigate, especially if you know for sure that your driver's in a pair, or if your driver is a single driver. So I'm going to separate those down. I've already done it, actually. So tomorrow's list, you'll see the driver pairs down here at the bottom in their own kind of chunk. So if you're somebody that's following a driver that I've got paired up, look for them down here toward that bottom section tomorrow. And that's the way our list will look going forward with National Treasures for cases or for 2-boxers or whatever. I'll have those pairs down here. So I didn't want anybody to be lost when they're looking for that, because I'm going to change it, and it is what it is. So otherwise, we're just going to kind of go forward with what we got. All the spots are accounted for. I don't have to follow up with anybody, so I appreciate that very much. But we're just going to kind of go forward with it as we have it, and we'll see how things go over these first couple of breaks, probably today and tomorrow. And then if I feel like we need to make any adjustments with the driver pricing, or if there's any drivers that aren't listed that we need to add or whatever, then we'll make adjustments as we go. So just kind of be prepared that, over these next couple of days, you may see some small changes. If there's anything big, of course, I'll try to make sure everybody knows, but you may see small adjustments here or there, and it's just because I've noticed something that's off somewhere. So, but anyway, so that said, let's get into it. This was the box. Somebody said the green tape. In the picture, this was the only one that you could see the green tape on, but all of the cases have this green panini tape. So it was kind of funny. I think it might have been Sarah that said the one with the green tape, and I wanted to respond and say they all have green tape, but I didn't do that. I just said, okay, we'll go with the one. I knew what she meant. She meant the one that she could see in the picture. So it was actually the first one that I took out of the box today, too, so it was kind of the one I had my eye on. Oh, no, I knocked my little guy down. We'll fix him. Again, it's never super easy to do this because I don't have a lot of room. But I know people like to see everything come out of the box, especially when you're buying into a case break. So I'll try to do it in somewhat of an orderly fashion. Like so. And I'm going to go ahead and get some card stands up here because I expect to load them up. Again, if I didn't see any on the checklist, somebody asked me about this. I didn't see any on the checklist, any triple autos. But if we run into any triple autographs, in the event we run into a triple autograph, if a person has 2 of those 3 drivers, which means they own a majority of the card, a 2/3 majority, that'll go to that person. If we pull a triple and it's owned by 3 different people, 3 different drivers, 3 different people, then we will do a random. Same thing with dual autographs. If somebody owns both, then it's, very cut and dry. If 2 different people have it, then we have to do a random. Also, one-touch mags. Every booklet that we pull, at least for the time being, till I run out, will go in a mag. They will not go in the little top loader things that you've seen before. They will go in one-touches. I can tell you, not every box will have a booklet. That is not the way they are configured this year. So just kind of be prepared that there will be boxes with no booklets. Don't know how many, don't know how frequent that is, but all right. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Let's do the thing. Good luck to everyone. It's a little bit of an ugly yellow that they used here. It's almost like a mustard yellow. Really like the 2-3 rule. Yeah, it seems very commonplace, for most people with brakes, and just something that made sense to kind of make, an adoption of. So, start with our white sparkles. We got Jesse Love. Jesse Love will go to Sea Salt. Yeah, again, shipping is included for everything. Everything that we pull tonight, shipping's included for everything. And again, we have PSA orders going out at the end of the month. So if you hit something that you want to grade, let me know on that as well. Clint Boyer going to Troy. I think Clint Boyer is going to be a sneaky driver in this product. Clint has a lot of cards in this, which is why he's a little bit more expensive than he has been in the past. I didn't do it on purpose because I collect Clint. It's because if you look at the checklist, he's got a lot of stuff. Tyler Reddick going to Brian Beard. That's one of the things that you'll notice that I did change. I did move Todd Gilliland and pair him up with McDowell because Gilliland and McDowell have dual autos. And so that just made a little bit of sense. Will pointed that out too. So, interesting the way they've got this set up. Check authenticity. I have never seen them do that before. So we've got obviously like a security tag, plus the tape holding the box together. A lot going on there. A lot to unpack there. All right, empty box. And away we go. Mark Martin, that's clean. 23 of 35. National Treasures base. I think this is the Hendrick 40 years base, if I'm not mistaken. Going to Andy Heisey. Very nice way to start. Then we're going to go Stars and Stripes. 6 out of 13 base. Ryan Newman goes to JR. Yeah, more work for me, right? 2 more stickers I got to cut. I just saw that, Storm Ghost. That's funny. I'm gonna end up with arthritis in the thumb from having to cut those extra stickers. I like the Newman a lot. That's sharp. Both the Hendrick 40-year Martin and the Newman are both really nice looking cards. First relic. 55 of 75. Race used fire suit. Michael McDowell. I do like that it says race used. In other sports, that's not always the case. I love that it says it right across the front of the card. Race used. And then, of course, it labels the fire. I know it seems like such a simple thing, but to me, that's really important. McDowell going to James Ward. Red leather jacket time. I just saw that. 6 out of 25. Taylor Gray. Race used fire suit. The Gray brothers are also a pretty strong spot. Going to Brian Kessler. Brian Kessler with the Gray spot. Newman is a door, he says. 6 of 13. That is the Ford 6. You are correct. Good looking out, Stephen Moffrey. Good eye. We're going to start calling you Eagle Eye. Good looking out. We've got our first team duels right out of the gate. Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon. So Austin Dillon's owned by Michael Clay. Ty Dillon by Storm Ghost. Austin Dillon has fire suit. Ty Dillon sure looks like tire to me. So we got our first duel to settle. That is nice, though. We got Carson Kvapil, Silhouettes, 18 of 25. Going to Garrett Burkett. That is a rookie patch. Duel at high noon. First autograph of the box, and it's going to be nice. 5 of 10. Firesuit Signatures, Tanner Gray. You guys know I love kind of plain, white-looking, very simplistic designs. This is right in my wheelhouse. I like how this looks. Tanner Gray going to Brian. I think that's a 130. What we're looking at there. Get a mag for that. Door number for Ty Dillon on the duel. 25 of 25. Tanner Gray. Next, we got Rising Stars, 16 of 99, Matt Mills. That goes to J.R. Tipple. I don't know if this one is going to be... I'm trying to learn the sizes as we go, so you have to bear with me a little bit. That is snugger than I want it to be. I wish they would just stick with, like, hey, you know, this size and this size. So far, I've only used 100 point and 130 points. The base was 100 point. Everything else has been 130 to this point. So I'll try to let you guys know as we go. We've got another duel. Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski. Dual autos, 90 out of 99. That's nice. That's really nice. Buescher goes to David Brinkman. Brad Keselowski, Dan Owens. So we are going to have another duel to settle at the end. And last but certainly not least, Treasures of the Hall, 85 out of 99, Mr. Jeff Gordon. That belongs to Robert Rich. Super nice auto. Sheet metal. Nice hit, Robert. I think that's going to be a 100-pointer. We're going to try it. Yep. There we go. Jeff Gordon. That is sharp. Like I said, you guys know me. I love simplistic looking stuff. That's just, boy, that's right in that wheelhouse. I'm going to put the duels so you guys can see them. Any more that we get, I'm going to put the duels right there. Unless they're on a stand, so that I don't forget any. All right, box one is in the record books. I would say box one was good. Solid. This one has a sticker on the side. I did not see a sticker on the side of the other one. Interestingly enough. Still got all of them on that, though. All right. Oh, we got an auto in the white sparkle. Let's go right to it. 1/1, Bailey Curry. Unfortunately, I'm not sure they could have put that sticker on there any more crooked than they did. But a 1/1 is a 1/1. Sensational signatures. Bailey Curry. Where do we have him put? I'm going to have to do some hunting to find him on the list. Bailey Curry. If anybody knows where he is, let me know. I'm getting the wrong mag, too. I need the 1/1 mag. Here we go. If anybody knows where he belongs, let me know, because I don't remember. Yeah, we went all of 2023 and didn't pull one. So, box 2, boom. That's crazy. The reason I'm asking about where he is I don't recall seeing him when I made the list. I don't think Bailey Curry's listed. If somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. "101 Bailey Curry." Wowza. But correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody knows where he is, because I don't remember seeing his name when I made the checklist. And I'm kind of staring down through it, and I don't see him on there. Yeah, exactly, JR. Exactly. As soon as it dawned on me that Bailey might not be listed, my immediate thought was I should have pulled the Prism checklist too. Because anybody that had Prism could be listed right there. We're going to move the Tanner Gray. It was next to my spot. Oh, meaning you had it. No. He was listed. All right. Well, if anybody does see him on the list, I think he's unlisted. If anybody does, correct me before we're done. However, if he is not on the list, and I can confirm that he's not on the list, then at the end of this, we're going to do a random, and everybody's going to get an equal shot at that 1/1. It's not my card. It's you guys bought into the break. So, if he's not listed, and we may run into that with something else too. So anything that's not listed, don't mistake it. It's not staying with me. We're going to random it to you guys. Christopher Bell goes to JJ on the white sparkle. And then we got Josh Berry. I see Ken Schrader with Matt Mills. Josh Berry goes to David Madsen. I mean, that's the most fair thing I can think to do is we'll just do a random at the end. We'll just do the number randomizer, and I'll have to count down on the list. That'll be the easiest way to do it. Boy, those are tough. Bailey Curry is the auto 101. Bailey Curry is the one in question. So if anybody does see him on the list, let me know. But like I said, if we get to the end of the break and nobody's located him on the list, then we're going to random him to everybody. Everybody will just have an equal shot at it. It's the most fair thing I can think of to do. Rides, Austin Cindric, 24 of 49. Going to Mike Ciano. Like I said, I knew there would be some bumps along the way. Couldn't locate him. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Taylor. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. So, yeah, we'll have to do a random among everybody for that, which is quite fine. I just feel bad for not having the list more accurate, and I should have thought about the Prism thing. 8 of 13, Stars and Stripes, Tyler Reddick. This has got a lot going for it. The Stars and Stripes design is cool enough. The short print out of 13 is also awesome. And then you got the Jumpman Air Jordan car. It's got a lot of good things happening. Going to Brian. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you guys, all of you that checked. I appreciate everybody that looked through. Because obviously I don't want to miss something, but I was pretty confident. Josh Williams, 65 of 75, race used fire suit. So, yeah, that's one change that we'll need to make before I post tomorrow's break. One change we're going to need to make tomorrow is to add an unlisted spot. And with that, might be, we'll see. There may be a couple of spots that get condensed off of the list as a result as well. But Josh Williams goes to Larry. There we go, Larry. Didn't want to be wrong. Okay, thanks, Kyle. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody looking. That's for sure. 72 of 75, Parker Chase on the fire suit. Goes to Troy. Parker was the last driver taken in the break. Last one taken. Let me open some more 130s. That seems like the trend that we're on is, seems so far everything's been 130 or 100 point. Obviously, white sparkles are 35 pointers. But everything else seems to be 130 or 100. So, Treasured Swatches, Kyle Busch. These are the ones that are interesting. On the back, I noticed this in the one box I saw opened. It says, race worn, used material, and autograph are guaranteed by Panini. And it certainly seems like they would have left a spot there for an autograph. But I'm wondering if they just, at the end, decided to not put signatures on them. Because this is common. It's not an uncommon thing. Kyle Busch goes to Thomas Jones Jr. And we got race used fire suit, 30 of 99 for Davey Allison. Davey Allison goes to Jonathan. I will say the design, super nice. I like the designs a lot. $54.99, Harry Gant. Of course, on-card autographs are always going to be attractive. Harry Gant goes to Jake Phillips. Yeah, super nice. Then we're going to go 37/49, Cole Custer. Signatures. Custer goes to Danny. Chris Buescher, 12/49, Colossal, Fire Suit Auto. Buescher's going to go to David Brinkman. Dan Owens has the BK spot, David. Dan Owens has BK. Nice Buescher. And then to close out box 2, Fire Suit Signatures, 64/99, Tony B. Going to Sea Salt. I mean, with a 101, you can't say it's not a good box, right? Like, again, I apologize for not thinking about that ahead of time. I should have known better. But like I said, all that really matters is everybody's going to have a chance at a 101 tonight. So, box 3. The boxes are definitely ugly this year. I gotta say, they are not nice looking boxes. We got another one. We got another one, guys. Let's just go right to it. 1 of 1, Justin Allgaier. Sensational signatures. Justin Allgaier going to Chris Rogers. How did we go all of 2023 and never pull a Sparkle 101? And yet, two of the first 3 boxes of 24 we pulled back to back. That's insane. Going to Chris Rogers. Holy smokes. And Chris Rogers, it's kind of a special occasion. Don't know if Chris is listening or watching. But it's a little bit of a special occasion for Chris because this is the last 35-point mag that I have in these Zion Snap Custom Magnetics. I'm not going to be getting any more of these. So Chris is getting the last one I have. I did not keep any for myself either. I have none of these in my personal boxes or anything. Sheesh. What do we move? Jeff Gordon or the duel? Good Lord. I'm going to move the duel because I can put it with the other duels. Congrats, Chris. All right. Zane Smith. White Sparkle going to Matt Aland. Influencer case. I appreciate you saying that, Sarah. That's awfully generous of you. Don't think I've ever been accused of that one. And I know you mean it in humor, which is why I appreciate it. I find that hilarious. Sparkle Jeff Gordon going to Robert. Yeah, and this is a fatty box here. Compared to the first two, this is a fatty, which could be our booklet. I have been told by more than one person that there's basically one booklet per case. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Got to stand by for a second because I got sticker stuck to my glove. And it's really hard to get sticker off your glove when you have a glove on. It's like a whole thing. Yeah, we do have a booklet in this box. Number 3. Yeah, Sarah picked it. Good pick. Good pick, Sarah. She said to pick the one with the green tape. 3 out of 10. Hollow Gold. Darlington Dreams. Jeff Gordon. Going to Robert. Robert is killing it tonight with Jeff Gordon. Absolutely killing it with Jeff Gordon. Need a 100-point mag for that. Yeah, don't forget to tip Sarah on your way out because she picked it. Nice Jeff Gordon out of 10. And then we're going to have another one right behind him. Lane Riggs. 2 out of 10. Hollow Rookie. Boy, that's a nice rookie. Going to Michael Amundsen. I don't think, you guys tell me what you think. I don't think I miss the booklet in every pack. As long as the booklets that we do get are going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to miss the dual tire and dual sheet metal booklets too much. And you guys can tell me what you think. I'm just thinking that right off, like my just knee-jerk thought here. As long as the booklet that we do get are good, I don't think I'm going to miss the other stuff too much. Lane Riggs, that's sharp. Four of 25, Daniel Dye, race used fire suit. Daniel Dye goes to Chris Rogers. I've seen 2 or 3 people now say there's a lot of booklets that are non-autos. So that's not exciting to hear. That's definitely not exciting to hear. 51 of 99, Timeline, Connor Mozak with the fire suit. Going to Sea Salt. And let me go ahead and open our One Touch for the booklet that I know we do have. Interesting. It's the wrong way. Jumbo booklet, Clint Boyer. I was all prepared because I thought the booklets went the other way, and look what they went and did to me. Talk about having to eat your words. Because everything that I had seen and read and heard about was, oh, we're going to horizontal booklets. So old Mike here went and got a whole bunch of horizontal booklets, and then look what Panini does. Some bitch. I like the design, but I don't love that it's non-auto. But, as I said before, a lot of Boyer in this product. Going to Troy. 22/25, Jimmy Johnson timeline. Yeah, I know they have horizontal booklets because I've seen them as well. Everything that I had seen and everything that I had read led me to believe that that's the way they were going. So, anyway. Owned. I'm not sure what you're asking, Kevin. Owned what? Jimmy Johnson timeline. Jimmy goes to James. Ooh, this is nice. First premium patches. Matty D. Matty D with the premium patches. 16/25. That goes to Nick Kepling. Really nice patch. Yeah, certainly looks like Menards colors to me. If I had to saddle that with a guess. That's sharp though. Treasured Moments, 41/99, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. The Matty D's from 21. It is, you're right. Yep. I wasn't even thinking. Yep, that's 21 NT. It's only 4 years old. I like this Treasured Moments Stenhouse. I like the way they did this. Something different about it. I like different. Stenhouse going to Greg Chandler. Nice hit, Greg. I got to open some more 130s. Like I said, that's really what we're going to burn through. And we got Jesse Love, 78/99. Fire Suit Signatures going to Sea Salt. JP, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really torn because JP asked if he's the only one ready for Panini to lose their license. Here's why I say I'm torn. Because the football products that I'm seeing so far out of Topps, I am not a fan of at all. They're charging, just like wrestling, for example, $450 for a hobby box of Topps Chrome Wrestling is crazy. So I don't want to get into F1 Topps Chrome crazy for NASCAR. So in one way, I understand where that question comes from because I agree with it. On the other hand, I don't want Topps to be the one. I'd like Upper Deck or Leaf or somebody else. Championship Glory Signatures, Ryan Blaney, 42/99. Going to Steven Roberts. Yeah, it's one of those things where I would say kind of be careful what we wish for, because I understand being frustrated with Panini, but at the same time, what they may give us from Topps might not be better. Nice, Ryan Blaney going to Steven. And that finishes box 3. Yeah, Upper Deck would be great. Upper Deck makes great hockey cards. Yeah, Jordan has a connection. Upper Deck's already sponsoring in NASCAR. Like, it would make great sense for Upper Deck to be the ones, if that were to be the case. Did Panini ever resolve your empty box issue? Yeah, Luke. They resolved that the next day. You're talking about the empty Prime box. I called them with that, and the very next day, they overnighted me another box. I was only without it for it wasn't even 24 hours. From the time I called them till I had the replacement in my hands. It was less than 24 hours. So they took care of that pronto. Kudos to Panini for jumping on and, handling that quickly. All right, box 4, we're going to start out with Taylor Gray on the White Sparkle. Going to Brian Kessler. Yeah, Upper Deck and Topps both. You get far less autographs. A lot of those products you see from Upper Deck with AEW wrestling, for example, there's maybe one auto or maybe 2 in a box. We've been lucky for a long time with how much ink we get in our boxes compared to other products put out by other companies. Corey LaJoy going to Danny Sanchez. And Jimmy Johnson goes to James. What did you do with the box? Did they want it back? No, they didn't want the box back. I threw it away. Nope, I didn't have to send anything to them. I sent them the video, the link to the break, and my proof of receipt where I bought it from my LCS, and that was all they needed. That's been a while ago. But Panini handled that very well, in my opinion. All right, empty box number 4. We're going Justin Allgaier. 7 out of 13. I don't know. I'm guessing all the Stars and Stripes base cards are going to be numbered to 13. Justin Allgaier going to Chris Rogers. Good break for J.A. Rogers. 3 out of 25. Rides Ryan Blaney. I like the look of these a lot. It's very simple. I know I keep saying that, but Steven Roberts. Again, I'll be back on at 9:30 for our 2-box break. And then tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I'll post the next break. Timeline Materials Sheet Metal, AJ Allmendinger. 89 and 99. The sheet metal almost looks like tire tread, the way it's printed on there. That's interesting. Going to Kevin. And we got Race Used Tires. 99 and 99. Chandler Smith. That belongs to Carl. Another Clint Boyer, 2/99. Clint, I'm telling you guys, Clint's going to be like the Eric Almirola of 24 NT. 2/99 silhouettes, Clint Boyer, fire suit. Goes to Troy. I would get used to seeing Clint Boyer in breaks because I think you'll see him pop up fairly often. Oh, this is nice. 5/10, hollow gold, race used tires, Todd Gilliland. 3-color tire. Boyer and the boys in the booth, you got me? So yeah, if you didn't see the break schedule, we'll post the next one at 4 o'clock tomorrow on Saturday. And then Sunday, we'll take a break. We won't do NT on Sunday, but we will do a WrestleMania break. And that'll be a full case of Chronicles Blasters from 2022. That should be pretty fun. And that'll be wrestler groups, the way I'll do that. So, nice Gill and out of 10. Colossal Barrett Moffat, 29/49. That will go to Storm Ghost. And don't forget, when we get to the end of this, to stick around because we've got a couple of random things to take care of. One of which is the 101 Bailey Curry that needs to be random to everybody in the break. Everybody's going to get a shot at the Bailey Curry 101. I'll get that corrected with tomorrow's break. Out of Prime, 17/25. Sheet metal signatures, red. It's actually souvenir signatures, but it's sheet metal. Nasty sheet metal patch there. That's cool. Riley Herbst. That's going to go to Steve Teskey. That's sharp. Of course, we're opening National Treasures, and that's a Prime card. So, take it however you want to take it. Nasty card is nasty card, though. We've got another duel. 59/99. Jesse Love and Austin Hill. Jesse Love is Sea Salt, and Austin Hill is Robert James Taylor. Got for the main events, Jay versus Gunther. I think Jay beats Gunther. I think Roman wins triple threat, and I think Cody beats Cena. JP. Last but not least, Clutch Performances. 3/50. Kyle Busch. That is 2023 National Treasures. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. Again, I thought we bought 2024 National Treasures, not 2023. But here nor there, right? A Kyle Busch auto is a Kyle Busch auto is a Kyle Busch auto. With help from Paul Heyman. Oh, interesting. I don't love the Chronicles feel that we have. Solid stuff, though. Don't get me wrong. I like how many duels we got. But I don't love the Chronicles feel. So, All right. Again, stick around because we're not done. We have to give away the 101. So if you've already left because you think, oh, I skunked, just wait because you may not be out just yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the randoms first, and then we'll do a recap here at the very end. So first thing first, I will do the random for. We'll do the random for the Bailey Curry. And I know I have 100 names on my list. So what we're going to do is do a random number from random.org that is going to give us, this is from our last, you can see how, when the last time we had to do the random was for the Burtons. That was from our last random. It's going to take a while to verify that we are, in fact, humans, apparently. A long time to verify. I could have probably taken a DNA sample and sent it to them in the amount of time that they're taking to verify that we are humans. I was going to say, at some point, I could probably do a urinalysis and get this done faster. All right, so we've got 1 through 100 there in the generator, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to hit it one time. It's going to spit out a number, and I'm going to count down on our list to whatever that number is, and that's who's going to get the Bailey Curry. So this is going to be a one-shot deal. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. Number 3. Boy, that's easy. That's real easy. I don't have to count far. 1, 2, 3. Eric Almirola spot and Will Blackman. So Will Blackman will get the 101 Bailey Curry as a result of the random. I did not call Will's name once tonight either. So Will probably saved the day for Will with that one. Now we'll get to our other randoms. And I think what I'm going to do, since I have 3 of them and they're all top bottom, I'm going to put in the random. No, because we've never done it that way before. We're going to do it the way we always do it. I know it's more time consuming. I agree, Andrew. I agree. I try to not be negative too, and you know, it's still a good product. Don't get me wrong. I just definitely, like I said at the beginning of the break, if you're still with me now, definitely do not buy these boxes at more than $400. It is a bad buy, in my opinion, at more than $400. It just is. And I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I'm just trying to look out for everybody. At more than $400, it is a bad buy, in my opinion. It is not a terrible product, because we got some nice stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm just disappointed with the fact that it feels kind of like a hopped up version of Chronicles. So, first random we're going to do is for the Jesse Love Austin Hill. I got both names in there, just like we always do. We're going to do this 5 times. We're going to do it the way we always do it. I know it's going to be time consuming, but this is how we do it. So, that's 1, 2, 3. Waiting, because it's spinning. 4. And this is 5. So that's going to go to the Austin Hill spot. Austin Hill spot on the duel. Let me make a quick note. That is Robert James Taylor. seeing these opened only, seeing what we got now only furthers my thought of I wouldn't even recommend going out and buying a whole bunch of boxes or cases and ripping them yourself unless you got lots of means to do that. I still stand by what I said several days ago, in that your best bet is, I know it's easy for me to say this because I'm the breaker, but your best bet is either do breaks or buy singles. It's the best thing you can do. So next we're going to do the BK and Chris Buescher. I don't need the autocorrect. I don't need AI to help me. I know how to spell it. Thank you very much. All right, same deal. Here we go. 5 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the duel will go to Brad Keselowski and Dan Owens on that one. Not the worst thing to transpire for David with the Buescher spot, though, because he did already get a Buescher auto. So it's not, all is not lost in his world, at least. And then we've got the Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon to finish up, and then we'll be kind of done. I'll do a recap, and then we'll get cleaned up and ready for our 2-box break at 9:30. All right, here we go. 5 times on this one as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to go to the Austin Dillon spot. That's the dual, team duels. Austin Dillon will go to Michael Clay. So let me make a note of that. I don't know, Andrew. I don't know that I would go so far as to complain about the drivers. I'm just kind of looking at it from afar here, real quick. We hit a Kyle Busch autograph. We hit a Jeff Gordon autograph. We hit a Ryan Blaney autograph. We hit a Tony B autograph. We did get Harry Gant, which is, I don't think the product is bad. I might disagree with what you're saying a little bit there as far as what was in there. I don't know that I agree with that wholeheartedly as much as my issues with the price, which the price will come down. You guys watch. As everybody chills out on it, the price will come down some. And that's my advice to everybody. Just chill out on it a little. So, to recap, we had White Sparkles, Jimmy Johnson, Corey LaJoie, Taylor Gray, Jeff Gordon, Zane Smith, Josh Berry, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Clint Boyer, and Jesse Love. Base cards, which are super nice, by the way. We had Ryan Blaney, Stars and Stripes Allgaier to 13, Tyler Reddick, Stars and Stripes to 13. Love that card. That's really cool. Cindric to 49 rides. We got a door number, Ryan Newman, 6 of 13, Stars and Stripes. And then the Hendrick 40 years, Mark Martin, which is really, really sharp as well. Like the base cards a lot. Good looking cards. Those might be fun sets to build for people. Relics, we got Clint Boyer to 99. Chandler Smith to 99. AJ Allmendinger sheet metal to 99. Jimmy Johnson out of 25. Connor Mozak 99. Daniel Dye to 25 fire suit. Davey Allison to 99. Kyle Busch, treasured swatches to 99. To 75 Parker Chase. Josh Williams, same thing out of 75. Carson Quapple to 25. Taylor Gray to 25. And Michael McDowell out of 75 on the blue. And then our autographs. Like I said, I don't think we did too bad, honestly. Kyle Busch auto. Going to be a Hall of Famer. A nice Riley Herbst auto. I got to get over the fact that we got prime cards and National Treasures, but it's nice. Brett Moffitt, Colossal. Ryan Blaney, Championship Glory. He is a champion. Eventually, he'll be a Hall of Famer. Jesse Love to 99. Jesse Love's got a big future ahead of him. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Really nice patch. Again, same thing. Old product that I got to get over, but nasty patch auto nonetheless. Tony B. Don't know where her future goes, but I know her cards are worth some money right now. Chris Buescher to 49. Cole Custer to 49. Xfinity champion. Harry Gant. Don't have to really explain anything about Harry Gant. And Matt Mills, Rising Stars. We had 3 duels. Austin and Ty Dillon. BK and Chris Buescher duel. And Jesse Love and Austin Hill duel. I like the dual autographs a lot. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. We did have one booklet. It was Clint Boyer. And then our magged cards. Out of 10, Todd Gilliland. Lane Riggs, rookie base to 10. Jeff Gordon, Darlington Dreams to 10. And Tanner Gray, Fire Suit Signatures to 10. Treasures of the Hall, Jeff Gordon. Out of 99. And then we had 2 back-to-back Sparkle 101s, Bailey Curry and Justin Allgaier. Although I don't love the price that we're paying for the product overall, nor do I love the fact that there's a Chronicles feel to National Treasures, we can't fix any of those things, unfortunately. But what I will say is, out of this entire case break, it was a pretty solid case as far as quality. When you just kind of take a step back and look at everything we got, I feel like it was a pretty solid break. And I know everybody has different opinions on different drivers and all that. I try to look at it from a 200-foot perspective instead of, through my own eyes all the time. But I think it was a pretty solid break overall, just in my opinion. So I'll be back at 9:30 to do our 2-box break. And then again, tomorrow at 4 p.m., I'll post our next 2-box break. The couple things that of note for tomorrow, again, with tomorrow's 2-boxer, which I'll touch on again tonight. I know you guys will get tired of hearing me say this, but tomorrow's break, the list will look different because I'm going to move all the dual driver groups to the bottom of the list. Like I had done in previous breaks where all the pairs were kind of all together. Also, tomorrow, I will add an unlisted spot because obviously that was a glaring issue with the Bailey Curry 101 tonight. And it's completely my fault for not thinking about the fact that we had Prism in with National Treasures. I take full responsibility for it. I don't think it really upset anybody. I hope not. But Will Blackman comes out the other side of that with a new 101 because of it. So that's all I got for tonight for this break. Again, just my knee-jerk reaction. I think I think the product breaks out nice. I just don't know that I love it for me to want to buy boxes and bust them or I don't know. You've got Prime, you've got Prism, you've got national treasures from multiple years. Like, it's definitely interesting. And then, you know, one booklet that wasn't even an autograph kind of bothers me. That's probably my pet peeve is if we're only going to have one booklet, it should at least have an autograph. But anyway, I'll get this stuff cleaned up. We'll re-rack them again. I'll be back at 9:30, and we'll see you guys soon.